She says, "Mum, when I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher mum queen, and I'm not going to tell her otherwise." She needs to have hope. She needs to have self-esteem.
We've never explained the exact situation and their diagnosis to the boys, and I couldn't do it because I just couldn't do that to them. So they've always been led to believe that one day the doctors will make it all better.
The concept of childhood dementia is foreign to a lot of people. We, as neurologists, do see it, but it's always very sad when we see it.
Emily she's full of life. She likes music, and we used to refer to her as a friend magnet. We can see that she's slowing down, but she's still full of life.
I see Emily as she is now, as an 8-year-old who just reminds me of a 4-year-old.
We're the Mikla family, and our daughter has juvenile Batten disease. Normally we think of dementia as being a problem for older age people.
Batten's disease is a dementia that comes on during childhood. Most of the problems start with difficulties with vision, then later on problems with thinking appear. Epilepsy is quite common, so children have seizures. I'm Richard Webster, I'm a neurologist. I treat children with Batten's disease. Batten's disease is a progressive problem. The incidence in Australia is about 1 in 100,000. So if you look at all the live births, one child is at risk of that. It's an incurable problem.
At the moment it does feel like a race against time, so since I've got the diagnosis I've never been as busy as I am now. Trying to get all the supports in place, trying to get memory books made. Yay!
Was that me?
That was you, you kicked that one in.
I love my sister. I can't describe how much I love her, but a lot. They usually lose their eyesight, and when they're a teenager they get bedridden, and then after that some last through their 20s, but usually in their 20s they die.
She'll say something like, "Mum, when I grow up I'm going to be a teacher mum queen." Often Alex will be around and we'll look at each other and and then we'll say, "Yeah, you're going to be a teacher mum queen."
There are lots of things we could imagine and fear for the future, but we don't know whether they're going to happen, and focusing on them I think would make it even more likely that they happen.
I think it's very distressing for parents. I think for the child sometimes it's not as distressing, although it may be, but I think there's real sadness watching children who are able to do things before being not able to do things.
Where is he? Dano. Yeah.
Right here. Yeah.
Hello, big fella.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Dad. No.
Mommy's come. It plays on our minds constantly, but that's something you just get used to. I don't beat myself up about it every day going, "Oh, this is what's going to happen." It's just, we do it day by day.
I think that's harder now because they're getting older, so you know it's getting closer. And you think of, I don't know if Glenn thinks of that, but I think of, you know, they're going to die, I think of the funeral, I think of things like that. We're the Cartwright family. Our 2 sons have juvenile Batten disease.
I remember distinctly I was driving in a truck, and I can still see exactly where I was now driving, and Karen was talking to me and her words were going into my ears, but it was just in a void, and you can't process that. And despite all their difficulties and what have you, right down at the core of it, they're like your typical 19 and 22-year-old boys, in that they want to be builders, they want to climb mountains and do all that sort of stuff.
Drive a car.
Play sports.
Have girlfriends.
Do all that sort of gear.
James, he's into factual things, like he likes watching documentaries, he loves his reptiles, and football, of course. They love their NRL footy. And then Matt's more the fun. He likes all
He's the clown.
Yeah, he's the clown, yeah. Matt the rat. The dementia seems to have set in now, which is challenging as well again, because their behaviour's very, one minute they can be happy, the next minute they can just change into being aggressive. They've got this aggression in them now, anger, frustration.
And sadness.
Yeah, and sadness, yeah.
Their long-term memory is vivid, extremely good. Things that we've clearly forgotten about, they are etched well into their minds. But current day, if I was to tell Dane now something within 5 minutes, it would probably, he would not recall that.
Yeah, they don't really know day, night, they don't know anything like that now.
Everyday life for us as a family at present day is day by day now. Kaz has taught me to live like that. You can't get too far ahead and take it as it comes, and when they're good, take the good days, and when they're not so good, just deal with those. Ain't it, Bab?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're a good team.
There's Matt with his big fish that he caught. Typical Matt style. The darkest moment for me would be, yeah, just knowing that my boys just battle a lot. You know, a lot of the time they're not happy because they just physically and mentally can't do what they'd love to do.
In terms of a cure, I think medicine is still a way off. The reason for that is that a lot of these treatments need to be given into the brain, and it's quite difficult to deliver treatments into the brain. I think it is probable that gene therapy will help, but at the moment people are just trying to refine the way to use gene therapy to treat a problem like this.
There's still hope, and it just won't happen. I don't believe it's going to happen, the hope of curing the disease in our boys' time, but I hope that they will definitely cure this disease one day, especially for other families.
The doctor says it sounds promising, so while we need to be realistic that it might not happen in time for Emily, there's a seed of hope that maybe gene therapy will work.
Cherished moments are, you know, when they score their first goals and tries at footy, they're exceptional days. When they're just having a good laugh, you know, a good belly laugh.
It's just nice to see them when they smile. When Dane smiles now, I love it. Yeah, because you know they're in a good place and they're happy.
Emmy loves listening to the Corrs, the band, and they often have sort of Irish folk style violin parts. And Emmy sits there, she plays the violin while she listens to it.
I think you find there are always good moments. You have your bad moments, but there are always good moments, and we need to just focus on making as many good moments as we can.